Hey friends, good morning. So I received a call over the weekend from my sweet client who had a bunch of vandalism on their containers. I will insert a picture here. Yes, someone in an altered state of consciousness uh, basically kicked over one of the pots and it smashed on the ground. So I am out this morning. I am sourcing a new container. I'm sourcing new plants. And I think I might actually, it looks like both got knocked over. Only one of them was smashed, but it looks like I'm probably going to have to do a hefty load of replacement of the existing or the one that was saved because I want the plants to be balanced. I don't want it to be super offset. So I'm going to start out this morning by going to a supplier that you haven't seen before. I am going to Washington Pottery. And Washington Pottery Company is located in the south end of Seattle, south of Seattle, so Kent. And they are kind of an industry only supplier. And I'm already getting excited because they have giant trucks out front, which means product. Okay, let's go in. I know exactly what I'm shopping for. We're shopping for black clay. However, it's also me. So I'm going to take a look around because I love shopping for containers. So, friends, we are inside Washington Pottery Company. These are lovely people. I was coming in and was just talking with Christy and Joel, and they've got tons of new stuff coming in. And I am looking for a replacement. Now, I already know that I can't replace the container exactly. However, there are some good options. And I also thought it might be kind of fun to take you around because Washington Pottery, these folks, what they do is they actually distribute to a lot of garden centers. And so while this is direct to the trade, it's kind of fun that you might see something here that will end up in a Seattle garden center close to you. So let's take a peek around. Okay, so we found one that I think is going to work. It is this little guy up here. It is next to one of those pie edge ones. The pie edge is not the vibe. We're just going with the single lip. So far, so good. But I wanted to show you a couple other things because they've gotten in some finishes that I think are like chef's kiss. Gorgeous. Follow me. Okay, so because they sell to the trade, a lot of times they'll sell these in sets of three. Oh, this is actually where I got those really beautiful blue planters from the Flower and Garden Show the year before last that had that crown detail on it. So gorgeous. And oh, and now they're in the dining room. Anyways, I'm loving this finish, but actually, I think this color is really sensational. And it's just kind of, I like when they pull something new, something a little bit geometric, because you can see right here how we've got this beautiful smooth and you've got this really interesting detail. I love it when we can mix different shapes, different textures. It's very good. I want to show you a couple other things. Okay, this is the other one that caught my eye. You know what I'm actually getting really inspired by right now? I almost feel like I want to do a collection that feels like antique-y and old worldy. This would mix so well with black clay, and it just would feel with it, this feels more modern. However, oh, do they have a oh, okay, come in and look at this. Look at this sweet little scalloped edge. Okay, I love this. The finish is super traditional, yet the shape, the lip of it, it is so just delightful and contemporary. I feel like this would be a beautiful addition to any garden. And I love the idea that we can mix this with some of the black clay just to get a lot of like depth and texture. Very good. Although, look at this. It doesn't even look bad mixed with this finish. This is more of that muted metallic that I really like. Okay, I'm diving back in further. Ooh. Okay, I want to show you this one too. This is a fabulous finish. Look at the edge. Do you see how much like of this bright turquoise that comes through here? And then as it drips down, we just get some nice, beautiful, deep bluey greens. That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. In fact, you know what? Let's take one more scoop, one more little swoop around, because I'm also in the market for like a really tall, beautiful vase shape for my Discovery Retreat project, because I want something sculptural to anchor the center of that garden bed and provide just a beautiful focal point. I think the other cool thing about bringing something very sculptural into that garden is it's up against a green belt, and green belts always get dark in the middle of winter. And so if I can put something sculptural in the middle, maybe uplight it, do like a really soft wash, that would be very cool. Almost got my eyes open. Okay, you guys, this is why I love them so much. I was just in here and talking to one of the guys, and I was like, yeah, that's the one we're going to get today. And he's wandering around eating ice cream cone. He says, you want some ice cream? Who does that? Like, people are awesome. People are awesome. Okay, friends, I do have to say something. I love this planter. And what's so funny is it's like this like modern geometric thing, but at the same time, it totally looks like a tire, which I'm not super mad at. I love it. I think it's so interesting. And what's really fun is you could put this with like some really modern stuff. And I would like the idea that you would use this as like an accent pot. You know what I mean? It's like if you're wearing like a very like classic t-shirt and jeans look, and then you like pop in some amazing jewelry, that's how I would use this piece. Would I do all three of these? No. But would I do a trio and have just one of these as an accent? Yes. Yes, I would. Oh, okay, turn around. I want to see this one over here. You guys, these are colors that I don't typically see. Okay. I see two up here that I typically don't see. Do you see this like waffly pattern here? I actually have that waffle pattern in a container I'm not using right now in like a deep finish, but that is beautiful. It's like white with quite a bit of blue showing through. That is sensational. And then look at this one. You never see purple containers, but do you see how like there's almost drips of blue coming through it? In fact, that mixed with the turquoise next to it, that is gorgeous. That is absolutely stunning. And that is a really fun way to play with color in the garden. This is very cool. Very, very cool. I love that this is like a beautiful neutral, but do you see how different these are? I mean, look at this one. You get so much more brown pulling through and really interesting little detailed pock marks here. But then as you come over here, this feels so pearly. I mean, do you see how heavy the glaze is through these? This is gorgeous. Is this a set of 3? Let's see. It's a set of 3. Look at this. Okay. Look at that baby. Is it so cute? Okay, that is so stinking adorable. Oh, and these ones have the saucers already attached. So this would be great for like an indoor container, yet you could still bring this outdoors. Oh, very cool. They've got the classic metallic, cobalt blue. For me though, I think this is, oh, they've got red. I think this like crazy gray with like a little bit of brown, this opalescent one, I feel like this is the special one. Friends, while this piece, the color isn't quite right on it, this is the inspiration moment that I'm going for. So I'm talking about a tall vase. And what I like about this is it's got this beautiful kind of urn shape. It's got like a rustic edge here. I'm gonna be looking for something for this client that has a little bit more color here, but this, if it was in like a bright color, like maybe this turquoise or even this gorgeous like lilac-y purple with the little bits of blue, this coming out of a huge outcropping of like hostas, grasses, it would just be this beautiful, like gorgeous, static moment in the middle of real wispy florals and texture. So this is a definite inspiration point for me and something I'm going to be looking at for this client. This is going to be awesome. And it does need to be tall. This is the other thing. If I were to put in something that was like this height, this is not enough sculpture. It needs to be here. It needs to be like a big pivotal moment in that landscape to really ground in the center of that garden bed. Okay. Search continues. So we are in the very back of the warehouse and we found some more of these just like beautiful giant containers. I mean, look at the scale of this. This is huge. But I want something a little bit more vibrant for this client. They love color. And so I think I'm going to pass for now. But if you like things a little bit more muted, these are sensational choices. And I think it's really fun to bring in this little natural lip because it adds just one more tiny detail. So you could even mix this because we have this black clay detail. You could mix this with some cool black clay planters and they're all going to read together, if that makes sense. This is getting a little traditional for me. The family is not a red family. So what I have in my mind is I want something like turquoise or even like purple or something that has like a drippy finish on it. Something that's going to be really eye-catching. Search continues. Oh, and by the way, yes, they have a red house. However, you don't want to repeat the red of the house in the garden. That would be just too much. Also, because of the color of the brick that we are using, the paver that we're using, and because of the wall block we are using, we want to go in more of the cool toned palette because you're going to create some really beautiful contrast there. So typically reds, those traditional bricks, your browns, that's warm colors, whereas blues, purples, some greens are going to be more of your cool color palette. So this is actually the indoor area for their containers. So you just have like rows and rows and rows of beautiful terracotta. You can see the classic kind of orange terracotta, but I want to show you some of my favorite terracotta finishes. This right here. This is a terracotta bowl. It is the same like quality of material as your classic terracotta, but I am absolutely obsessed with this finish. In fact, the very first year I displayed at the Flower and Garden Festival, I wanted to do this kind of grow area within that reclaimed cabinet I used. And I actually chose this finish because I just think this swirl pattern through it is so beautiful. You know, the other thing I was thinking about? I actually still have a bunch of these and I could place those over top on the top of the posts in the cut flower garden instead of tennis balls. What do you think about that? That could be kind of cool. In fact, a couple of you had commented about that. I think I like that. It's like super chic, reclaimed garden situation. Okay, more thoughts in my brain. Oh, look at how sweet that shape is. That is so cute. Oh, now this is really interesting. Okay, look at this. Put this down. Look at this beautiful, beautiful glaze. I want to hold this up for you. Another terracotta. Do you see that gorgeous kind of creamy white that's going all the way through? Look at the swirl pattern on the bottom. This is where we're taking something as humble as the terracotta pot and making it super special just by changing it up. Oh my gosh, look how cute. That is an adorable logo. Holy crackers. Okay, this is very cute. Not what we're purchasing today, but I just wanted to show you, even if you're doing classic terracotta, you have so many ways to inject personality into your space. Okay, you guys, I see something really special. Look at this. Okay, that is very cool. You know what it looks like they did? It looks like they dipped this in almost like a marble coating. That is very cool. It almost has like a wood tonality to it. Look at this one. That is so cool too. And because this is indoor, they're not dipping the whole thing. That is very cool. And so you can see kind of that pure terracotta on the bottom, and then this is just a finish that's applied over it. That is really neat. And I love that it's like more heavily speckled on one side and more clean on the other. Okay, that is really cool. So we've taken a good look around. I have the container that I'm going to be using for the client that had some vandalism. And so off we go. Next stop, plants. So we have just finished up at Washt Pottery Company. They are so lovely there. I absolutely adore this company, and they are actually a third generation family owned business. They have been in business since 1936, which these are such rare, beautiful things in this day and age. And I think they're a wonderful family. So I will leave a link to their Instagram in the description below and give them a follow, give them some love. They're just out here supplying all of us with really exceptional product. And that's what I love about my vendors, curating incredible people. So we are going to stop by a local garden center today. And the reason being is I need to replace these pots with a sense of urgency, and I don't have time today to trek all the way out to Woodinville. So I am at just a local garden center here, and I'm going to dig through and we're going to see what we can find here. Let's head in. Okay, we are 2 steps into the garden center, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. First of all, I think I want this for my house. I know I'm not supposed to be plant shopping today, but I can't help it. This is one of my favorite grasses. They're calling it mosquito grass, but this is, it's blonde ambition. I knew it. So blonde ambition is one of my favorite grasses, and it adds the most awesome texture. I mean, look at this thing. Look at this thing. And also look at the shape of these tassels. This to me is just one of the most beautiful, beautiful plants. In terms of this blonde ambition grass, I love this. It is great movement, it's great texture. I would put this in the front border, although it's kind of big for along the sidewalk. But you know where it would look great? Is actually with the Rudbeckia, because look at all of this with a disc shaped flower. You kidding me right now? This is awesome. It's awesome. Okay. So this is one of my clients that enjoys all white in their garden. And this gorgeous, gorgeous 1 gallon annual, this is actually grown by Dagotes, which is one of the growers that I know and love. Okay, this is a good option. Okay, guys, I am always surprised at what I find at some of these cute little hardware stores. And look at this, Iseli Nursery. So Iseli's, they grow the most beautiful conifers, things of just amazing texture. And I'm gonna go down to Oregon and see them this week. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. Friends, if you are on a budget and you want a container, this time of year is phenomenal. I just saw a sign that says 50% off all of their ceramic containers. And as per usual, I'm going to recommend you go as big as your budget allows, but look at the size of this container. Half off, this sucker is $125. That is a phenomenal deal for a beautiful, neutral, frost-resistant container. Fantastic. A+. Hello, Rudbeckia. Oh, it's grown by Jason's. Okay, interesting. This is gorgeous. This is a really beautiful variety. What is this? Oh, Summerina Glow Sugar Shake. Look at this. This is an Echinacea. An Echinacea is a cross between Echinacea and Rudbeckia. And this one is grown by Jason's, which is another one of my beautiful suppliers that I love. Look at that pink. That is stunning. Wow, okay. All right, little hardware store. We're getting serious over here. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Wow, okay. I'm kind of impressed. Okay, all right. Someone commented on my last video where the heck I am finding this little cutie. Here we are. Santa Barbara Daisy. This is the Origeron that is in my front border, and you never see it. And here we are, random garden center. Hello, Hello. I have 2 holes in that front landscape, in that front border of mine. I think I'm gonna pick them up. You never see this. You never see this. Dang. Okay, guys, moral of the day. Do not sleep on the small garden center. You never know what awesome goodies that their buyer is sourcing, i.e. this stuff. Okay, A+. This is great too. This Georgia Blue Speedwell, this is fantastic. This little guy I have seen this blooming literally into winter. It's fantastic. Oh, here we go. Look at that columbine. That columbine is so cute. This is one of my favorite coreopsis. It's called Moonbeam. It is just delicate and frothy and super drought tolerant. This is actually another one that I was thinking would go really well with my super sandy soil. Okay, this video is insane. This video is just nuts. Okay, let me know if this sounds good to you, but I've been wanting to do a video about my favorite fall blooming flowers, because I think people forget what a gorgeous season fall can be for our blooming plants. Look at this. This is an aster. This is the Moench aster. It has this beautiful, beautiful pale purple. And this is actually a really good size. So 2 to 3 feet tall and wide. That's a beautiful addition. It's lovely. You guys, I found one that's blooming. Look how lovely that is. I mean, this with some grasses. Oh my gosh, look at all these bees here. Okay. Look at that combination. Look how frothy and lovely and wispy that would be in the border. And look at this. I'm literally holding this plant and look at the bees that are crawling all over it. So good. These are some happy little plants here. All right, we have another favorite. We actually have 2 favorites here that I want to draw your attention to. Baptisia, however you want to call this. This Carolina Moonlight is sensational. I feel like this does not get enough airtime. Okay, here is another one. Let me take the tag out for you. This is Honorine Jobert. What I will tell you about this plant is you plant it once and it just goes and you don't ever have to worry about it again. This is incredible when you need that back of the border moment, part shade to shade, wispy, lovely, big white bloom, fall bloomer. This is one of my favorite plants of all time. You can see the little tiny bud just emerging. It's actually one that I think needs to be added to my front garden, right up against the house. Beautiful. You guys, I'm never gonna make it out of this dang nursery. Scabiosa, Fama White. This is a sensational, and I do mean sensational cut flower. It is absolutely beautiful. And these are incredibly healthy plants. These look so good. They look so good. Well, that was so fun. I love going to new garden centers because it just gets the juices going. And what I will say is this: when you go to a new garden center, keep in mind that you are entering the territory of a new plant buyer, and everyone is unique. And so I have to say, whoever is doing the buying here, bravo, my hat is off to you. Okay, well, we've gotten everything that I need to do all my plant replacements. I am feeling so good. I cannot believe I found some more of that Origeron. That was awesome. And I'm going to get to work. Friends, thank you for joining me for another day in the life of a landscaper. I'm going to see you in the next one. And in the meantime, please go say hello to your garden for me. We'll see you soon.